What is up, people? How's it going? Back again with another video, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can add calculations or how you can add scientific calculations in your calculator project. Okay, so in my previous video I just show you if you click this scientific button, then you can have these buttons. Okay, so sine cos tan etc etc. So if I click again, here we got an error. Okay, now in this video I'm going to solve this error, and then I'm going to add scientific calculations, and this will be the last part of our scientific calculator project. Okay, so guys, let's get started. Okay, so first of all I'm going to fix the error. So for that, okay, now I'm going to add a try exception method here. Okay, so if self dot grid buttons dot calls equal 4 and self dot grid buttons dot rows equal 5, then just simply change this. Okay, else bus. Okay, what it does actually, it checks that if the columns and rows are 4 and 5. Okay, if the columns are 4 and the rows are 5, then it is going to increase a column and increase a row. Okay, and then it is going to do the rest of the functions. Okay, otherwise it is going to pass. Okay, that means if the rows and columns are different from 4 and 5, then it is going to pass it. Okay, so I'm going to save this and let's check. Okay, if I press again, okay, nothing happens because I just fixed this error. Okay, guys, so I'm going to show how you can add scientific calculations. Okay, how this button can work. Okay, sine, cos, tan, etc etc. Okay, so for that, in my result function I'm going to add, or I'm going to modify my code in this result function. Okay, so now here in this try exception method, I'm going to check if sine, okay, here, sorry guys, my bad, let me check, let me show you. If sine, cos, tan, these texts are in this text box, then it is going to do the scientific task. Okay, so for that, if sine in self dot function and let's say cos in self dot function and tan, let me resize this window, and tan in self dot function, sorry guys, I'm going to change this end to or. Okay, then absolute in self dot function sorry guys, my bad, self dot function or this symbol is in self dot function, then I'm going to replace these words with a scientific function. Okay, so self dot function equal self dot function dot replace. What I'm going to replace, I'm going to replace the sign keyword. Okay, I'm going to replace, actually let me show you. If I press this sign, oh sorry guys, my bad. If I press this sign, okay, I'm going to replace this word, okay, with a first bracket. Okay, so I'm going to replace this with a scientific argument. Okay, so for that I need to import the math class. Okay, so I already imported it, or you can type simply import math. Okay, and here I'm going to replace it with math dot, I'm going to explain it later. I will explain it later, just simply go along with me. Okay, so math dot sign, then math dot pi divided 180. Okay, I just converted it into degree form. Okay, so I just converted radian to degree. Okay, then I'm going to close this. Okay, this is, and then I'm going to pass an asterisk. Okay, so what it does, actually it converts the radian to degree and multiplies with the angle, or with the provided angle. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Now I'm going to copy and paste it couple of time. Okay, so guys, my bad. Okay, here I'm going to simply change this sign to cos and this sign to tan, and for this I'm going to change it to absolute. Okay, and I need to paste it one more time, and here I'm going to replace this sign with this keyword, and then here I'm going to pass to asterisk. Okay, so if you don't know what is going on, let me show you. I'm just opening my PowerShell, and let me run the console. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, if I press 2 asterisk 2, that means 4, and if I press 3 asterisk 2, then it comes 6, but if I press 3 double asterisk 2, it comes 9. That means 3 square. Okay, so 3 square means 9. So for square value I just added 2 asterisk. Okay, and for absolute function I need to replace this absolute word with math dot absolute. Okay, math dot function absolute. Okay, so you can follow the documentation of math library. Okay, so guys, now I'm going to indent this into this condition. Okay, but I need to fix one more thing. Sorry guys, my bad. I need to fix one more thing, that is else. That means if the scientific functions, or if the scientific keywords are in, if the scientific keywords are not in this text box, that means it will do the normal calculation. Okay, else let me copy this and paste it here. Okay, but I forgot about this log and ln. Okay, so let me try this here. If if log in self dot function or ln in self dot function, then I'm going to copy and paste a code. Okay, I opened a project that I created earlier, so I'm just copying and pasting from that. So we all know that in log we know the base is 10. Okay, log 10, and for ln the base is e. Okay, and in math class or in this math library, so in this math library, math.log means math.log means the base of log is e. Okay, and the log 10 is the base of log is 10. Okay, so it depends on base. Okay, so if you are using the base e, then you may have seen log e means ln, and log 10 simply just refers log. Okay, so I just did it, and you can simply do what you want. That means if you want your log function should be log, that means if you want your log functions with base e, then you just simply cut it from here and paste it here. Okay, so I don't want to do this. You can do whatever you want. So guys, I just did it for my educational purpose, what I learned from my university. And so guys, I hope you got the idea how to do it. And one more thing to do is I need to copy it and paste it here. Okay, now let me save this. Okay, I just saved it, and let's check if everything is working or not. If I press for sine, let's say 90 degree, let me close this, and if I press this equal button, here we got the answer. Okay, 1.0. and let me clear this out. If I press for 1045 degree, okay, all the values are coming in degree form. Okay, so guys, don't get panic about it. Okay, here we got 0.707, but in case of, sorry guys, I did a mistake. For that math.sine, it will be math.cos. Okay, so that is the reason that it is giving me wrong answer. Okay, math.sine cos 10. Okay, if I press for scientific, then here I got this button. If I go for 1045 degree, here we got 0.99999. that means it is similar to 1.0. Okay, so guys, I hope you got the idea how to add scientific calculations in your calculator project. And now I'm going to do some stuff with this history button. Okay, if I press this, nothing happens. So I want to save all my calculations. And I want to load these calculations using this history button. Okay, so for that I need to, let's say, let me increase this a little bit. Here I need to create another screen. Okay, from this value I just passed a screen class, and let me name it as history, and here I'm going to add a float layout, and in this float layout I'm going to add a box layout, and let me set the size int of y-axis, let's say 0.2, and in this, and for this box layout I'm going to set the position at the top. Okay, and then I'm going to copy and paste my some of my code. Okay, from this toolbar. Okay, let me copy this and paste it under this. Sorry guys, I did a mistake. It will be here, and let me check it if it is working. Okay, and the toolbar will be under the box layout. Okay, I hope you got the idea. And I don't need this right action item. Okay, and let me save this, and whenever the history button will be sorry guys, there is a mistake. Line 47. Box size into sorry guys, I forgot the colon. Okay, now whenever this history button is going to press, then it is going to redirect me to this screen. So for that, I'm going to create a function called history. Okay, let's say history, and let me pass the self, and let me pass an instance of the root class, and root dot current will be history, and root dot, let me change the transition direction, root dot transition dot direction equal left. That makes sense, I hope. So if I press this button, nothing happens because I didn't call this. Okay, so for calling this, lambda x will be root dot history, and let me pass the root argument, and I just saved it. And if I press this button, here we got it. Okay, but I didn't add a back button, so let me add a back button. So for adding a back button, I'm going to access the left action items attribute, and then, and here I need to pass the icon. Okay, so icon will be arrow left tick. Okay, and lambda x, that means I'm going to add a function. The function will be root dot main screen. Okay, root, but I didn't create this main screen function. Okay, so let me create this under this history function. Okay, define, and let me pass this root class, and now root dot current equal main, and let me set the direction. Okay, the direction will be from right. Let me paste it, and it will be right. And let's check what is happening. If I press this and press this, okay, now whenever I click this equal button, the calculations is going to save in this history page. Okay, so for that I need to add a history.txt file, so it is going to be auto created. Okay, so in my main class I'm going to add a function. This is a built-in function on start if os.path.isFile it is going to check if there is a history.txt file available or not. Okay, dot slash history.txt, but I didn't imported this module. Okay, let me check. Boot OS. Okay, I got it. os.path.is file, that means if history.txt file is available in the project folder, then just pass, else create this file. Okay, so open history.txt file in edit mode. Okay, now creating this history.txt file is ready. And one thing to mention, whenever you are going to add any function in this main class, you also need to add this function in live.py file, that means in this class. Okay, so that means you need to load I just loading this live.py file. Okay, so I also need to pass the function in my live.py file. Okay, now it is reloading. Okay, here you got this file, but no history.txt file. Okay, so there may be an error. Let me run this main.py file manually. Okay, so whenever I'm running this main.py file manually. The Kaki module is still under development, so guys, don't get panic about it, but that makes the job done. Okay, so at the end of my project I need to run my code manually. Okay, so our file is our app is just successfully run, and here we can find a history.txt file. Okay, here in my project folder you can see history.txt file is available. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a scroll view. Okay, let me copy and paste it so you may have a idea what is going on. Okay, so scroll view, and let me indent it in correct position. Okay, before I do, let me create a box layout, and let me set the size hint of y-axis at 0.8, and I want to indent it under this box layout, and here I'm going to pass a label, and this label let's say ID will be HST, that means history, and text will be let me pass this, I will edit later. Let me set the font size at 25 dp, and then the size hint y, it will be none, and height for the scroll view I need to set the height. Okay, the height will be self dot texture size, and I'm going to access the first attribute, and text size will be self dot width and none. Okay, now I need to access this ID in my result function. Okay, self dot history equals self dot ids dot ht. Okay, that means this widget. Okay, now under this exception class or exception method, let me modify my code. Okay, with open history.text in edit mode as f dot write. That means I'm going to write all the calculations in this history.text file. Okay, so f dot write, and I'm going to format this string, and here I'm going to pass the calculation, and then I'm going to add, sorry guys, I forgot about the colon. No, sorry guys, quotation. Okay, and I just added a space, and then ans, and let me add self dot ans dot text. That means this attribute. Okay, or here what we got the answer. So now I'm going to load this text or load this calculation in this label widget. Okay, so I'm going to access the history, and then the text will be self.history.text. Okay, I'm going to open the history.text file, and I'm going to read it. That means all the text from the history.text file. Okay, I hope you got the idea. Okay, now let me save this and let's recheck. Let me close this and rerun my main.py file. Okay, let me do a calculation. Calls 8 plus 9 equals 17. Okay, if I press this history button, here we got the answer, 8 plus 9 equals 17. And if I do some more calculations, here we got it. But if I close this and rerun my program, and if I press this, nothing. Okay, and here if I do any kind of calculation, and then here we got it, but I need to fix it. Okay, so here in this text attribute, just look it carefully. In this text attribute, I'm going to load these history.text files. Okay, whenever the app is going to run, so I need to pass a attribute, I need to pass a variable. Okay, here let me call it as previous, and it will be a string property, and I need to import it from kiwi dot properties import string property, and this string property will be, let me format this string, open history dot text, and it will be in a quotation mark. Okay, Okay, and let me read this using this read method. I hope you got the idea, but I didn't load it here, so it will be root dot previous. Okay, now let me run this main file. And if I press this history button, here we got the calculations. Okay, so guys, I hope you got the idea. So if you faced any kind of problem, just let me know in the comment section, and in my next video I'm going to convert this into an Android application, okay, which with much more details about Bulldozer. So guys, till then, stay tuned, please subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.